Why did my husband start bringing me flowers every single day after I cheated? I never thought I would be here, sitting in our living room, watching my husband place yet another bouquet of flowers on the table, wondering why he isn't angry, why he isn't shouting, why he isn't leaving me. It all started a few weeks ago. I made a mistake, a huge one. I cheated. Not because I didn't love him. Not because I didn't care. I just felt invisible. Forgotten. We were together for over 10 years, and somewhere along the way, the passion faded. Or maybe it was just my perception. Whatever the reason, I made a choice that shattered my own moral compass. I thought I would feel guilt, shame, fear, and I did. But I didn't expect his reaction. The next morning, after I confessed, I waited for anger. I expected yelling, slamming doors, screaming. I thought I might even find him packing his bags. Instead, he smiled. "Thank you for telling me," he said. I stared. "Excuse me? Thank you for telling me." "I'd rather know the truth than live in a lie," he said calmly, almost softly. I felt my stomach drop. That was it? No yelling? No crying? Then, the next day, I came home from work, and there it was, a bouquet of flowers. My favorite ones, pink peonies, wrapped perfectly. A small note attached, "Thinking of you." I was confused. Shocked. Suspicious even. I asked him why. "It's to remind you that I love you," he said. I laughed nervously. "Even after what I did?" "Yes," he said simply. "Especially after what you did." That night, I barely slept. I couldn't understand it. How could he be so forgiving? So calm? So kind? Every instinct in me screamed that someone who had been betrayed would react with rage. That's what everyone says. That's what movies show. That's what I expected. But he didn't. Then it happened again. And again. Every single day for 2 weeks, I came home to fresh flowers. Sometimes roses, sometimes lilies, sometimes peonies. Sometimes small wildflowers he picked himself. Each bouquet more thoughtful than the last. Each note more tender than the one before. I started to panic. Was he trying to manipulate me? Was this some weird revenge, a psychological game I didn't understand? But his eyes, his voice, his quiet presence, nothing matched manipulation. It was calm, gentle, loving. One evening, I broke down. I couldn't take it anymore. "Why are you doing this?" I asked, my voice trembling. "Why are you being so nice? Don't you hate me?" He put down his coffee, looked me in the eyes, and said something that I will never forget. "I love you. You made a mistake. We both make mistakes." I could react with anger, and maybe that would feel satisfying for a few minutes. But I don't want to punish you. I want to understand why it happened and how we can prevent this from ever happening again. That's what love does. I started crying. I didn't just cry for my guilt or my mistake. I cried for the man sitting across from me, who had every reason to hate me, to leave me, to ruin me, and yet he chose love. He chose us. The flowers continued. Every day. And each time, I realized it wasn't about the flowers themselves. It was about the message. He wanted to heal the relationship, not destroy it. He wanted to remind me, and himself, that we could rebuild trust. I tried to talk to him again a few days later, about the flowers. "Aren't you afraid I'll make another mistake?" He shook his head. "Trust is hard to rebuild." "I know. But punishing you with anger won't rebuild it. Showing love, even when it's painful, teaches both of us patience, understanding, and commitment. Every flower is a step toward healing, not a step toward forgetting." And that's when I understood. The flowers weren't an apology for me. They weren't even a reward. They were a promise. A promise that we could overcome this. A promise that love doesn't give up when it's hardest. A promise that even after betrayal, kindness is stronger than resentment. I still feel guilty every day. I still wonder if I'm worthy of his patience, of his unwavering love. But every time I see those flowers, I see the choice he's making every single day to stay, to forgive, to hope. And I realize that love is not about perfection. It's about showing up, even when it hurts, even when it's hard. A week ago, he brought home sunflowers. He set them on the kitchen counter and said, "Sunflowers always face the light. I want us to face the light together." And I finally understood. That's why he brings me flowers every day. Not because of me. Not because of my mistake. But because of us. Because love, real love, chooses to bloom, even after the storm. And now, every time I see those flowers, I don't feel shame. I feel hope. I feel love. I feel the man who, despite everything, showed me that love is bigger than mistakes, stronger than anger, and more powerful than fear.